Assalamualaikum.
Welcome our Facebook family. Welcome where we are here live from the Fahamme Temple of Divine Understanding World Headquarters located in St. Louis, Missouri. We have another wonderful presentation for you. Our Astamari or professor for today is our Cheikh Amsi Manura, and the title of his enlightenment is called These Things. These things. So please stand up and let's welcome our professor and Cheikh Amsi Manura.
To our viewing audience. It's a beautiful morning here in St. Louis, Missouri. I would will that all of you could be here with us this morning. It's been cold this last week or so, hey, it feels good this morning. So if you're here in our viewing audience, it would be a good day to be at our temple. But if not, it's great, and it's wonderful to have you here in our viewing audience. But to the gods and goddesses who are in attendance this morning, hey, it is so wonderful, it's a blessing to have all of you in attendance this morning. I say, Fahamme Takribangami. La ilaha illallah. Fahamme Rasul lillahi rahim. This morning's lecture I entitled These Things. Listen closely. It's short and to the point, so we won't take up much of your precious time, for time is precious. Use it wisely. Use it wisely. Some of us take time for granted, and before we know it, we have run out of it. So use your time wisely. And as in most of my lectures, I am talking mainly to the Ethiopians, the Hamites, the Kemites, the African Americans, the so-called Negroes of the world. For they are the ones, to a great extent, who need it the most.
Indeed.
These things, and these things are truth, strength, and justice. Lend an ear, my brothers and sisters, lend an ear. Listen carefully. Don't get up. Don't go anywhere. But pay attention. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. And Fahamme, who is God, said, "Let there be light," which is understanding. And there is light. And those who were the first are now considered last. But the last shall be again the first. They are the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and child is born, unto us a son is given. And the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace, which is Islam. The Almighty, majestic, divine man that dwells in us all gives us the ability to conceive and accept truth and properly apply it. Man's corruption of the truth has caused hindrances in humanity's natural progression in the life cycle. The proper usage of the truth is the light, the illumination of the soul of man. The truth is the awakener, resurrecting the mind, meaning resurrecting man from the dead state unto consciousness, so that it may become God, our Father consciousness, a part of the universal cosmic consciousness. When you gain cosmic consciousness and Father consciousness, you are gaining an understanding and a knowledge of your Creator, of who you are, who made you in the heavens and who made you on earth. You know who your Father is above, and you also know who your Father is on earth. Your ancestors. Say ye this: make me a giver of life and light, a scion of Peter, beloved of Amun-Ra, and happiness eternal in the paradise of God. Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard change his spots? No way. Know this: our Hamite brothers and sisters keep trying to be something that they aren't. It's no victory in that. Then may you also do good when you come to this understanding. Then may you also do good, and that you also can be and get over doing evil. We do not know which way to go. Hear, O my beloved sons and daughters of Ethiopia. In truth, you cannot be anything but who you are. Our holy Fahamme Rasul proclaims that he is not the prophet of Allah, but the prophet of Amun-Ra, and the Rubaiyat, successor to the gods of Ham and the house of Ra, the first and only person, living or dead, to ever make such a claim. He has no quarrel with Muslims, Jews, or Christians, for his is an entirely different world, yet on friendly terms with all. It is, I said, it is our world, the Fahammes. It is our world in Islam. His teachings and philosophy philosophy has made for him hosts of friends and enemies as well, the enemies out of their jealousy. Islam simply means Isis el-Aman. Muslim means there are many of the Isis el-Aman. Israel simply means Isis Ra-El. Christ means Ka-Ra-Isis. And that is the key to all religion. And they are my and your ancestors. Meaning they came from you. All the religions that exist in the world today came from you and our illustrious, ancient, noble ancestors. We are the key to them all. The incarnated Son of the Son and the reincarnation of the gods of Kingdom. Ancestor worship is your spiritual connection to the higher life of the race. No religion, culture can succeed unless there is a carryover of the old religion into the new. Clinging on to the old as a paramount value is essential for the continued life of any religion. Religions of the present can be understood only through understanding its development from religions of the past. The teachings of Fahamme will take us from among the heathen and gather us out of all countries and nations, and will bring us into our own land, our own place of creative thinking. It will teach us to think for ourselves. It will teach us to think for ourselves. It says the Fahamme teachings will take us away from the teachings of the heathen. It will take us out of the cultures and the religions of the other countries and will bring us into our own land, our own place of creative thinking. Many attempts have been made to define life, but the only perfect definition would be that of life as divine presence. Spirit, the divine cause, is much closer to us than our brains can imagine. Prophet Paul Nathaniel Johnson is the only black African American to whom God has revealed a written book, Al-Fahamme. Some call themselves prophets when nothing has been revealed to them. False prophets to whom God has revealed no book, dealing in trivial matters, keeping the people in darkness. Thus saith the prophet of the Lord, the God of Ham. O you who believe, why say you that which ye do not? Show strength in your beliefs. Support your faith with your actions. Our vital or life-giving strength is our solar intelligence. The sun is the father of all life, light, and energy. Therefore, all flesh was the Word becoming flesh by the permission of the Most High God, Amun Ra. We must consume this energy of the sun in human form, in the image of its creator. In doing so, this energy becomes the soul of man, which in turn becomes a conscious being. This consciousness, when properly understood, is the realization of self. The Fahamme Rasul, Sheikh Ahmad-Din, the Sheikh of Sheikhs, Fahamme, the culture prophet of the race, is the Amen of ancient days, who was there and is here now to guide those over whom he rules. The nations of people of the Torrid Zone were also colonialists and explorers sent out by the ancient Kemites to populate the earth. This was a way of life continuity for those people in those days. The different sections of the earth brought about changes in the minds of these various nations, and their angels became their spiritual rulers. The changes of the mind, all religions are temperamental. All races are geographical. So when a different people lives in different parts of the earth, they think, and therefore you have different ways of thinking, different ways of living, and different religions. Everything that is created must be for life improvement. The Fahamme Rasul has made the greatest spiritual discoveries of any age or climate. Truly, the Son of Man, the man with a vision, the only man with a solution to race problems. The things of God to a given people and taught to them by their prophet is to be used by those people to become successful. When they achieve success in the production of the necessities of their existence, they have fulfilled their life's purpose. You should join the Church of the Hamites, the ancient Ethiopians, or read the Holy Fahamme Gospel of Divine Understanding, the greatest, strangest, most revealing book ever printed. Learn how Quran and Bible throw light on the African so-called Negro and the gods and goddesses of Kim. Our own saints, our own saviors, and sons of God. Black history, philosophy, language, and salvation, and theology from creation up to now. Here's your culture and achievements. Negroes know they have a glorious past, a noble history, and an honorable ancestry. But they do not believe it. They do not believe it. Their salvation, culture, and history did not begin with slavery in America, nor with the coming of the blessed Jesus, as most of our leaders and historians believe or pretend to believe. I said believes or pretends to believe. Listen to me carefully, brothers and sisters. Listen to me carefully, you Ethiopians, you so-called Negroes. Think for yourself. Learn to think for yourselves. Our so-called leaders, our so-called black leaders of today, do they believe these things? Christianity is not the religion for you. But yet, our leaders still teach it to us. It is because they believe this? Think, do they actually believe Christianity is good for our people? Our leaders even teach us history. Some of them have, are beginning to teach us about the history of the blacks in America, in Africa, Ethiopia, Ham, the land of Kim. Some of our black leaders, so-called leaders and teachers, are teaching us these things now. But the majority of our so-called leaders are still teaching us about Jesus and Christianity and telling us that this is the way to go for our people. This is not true, oh my beloved sons and daughters of Ethiopia. Think for yourselves. Our so-called leaders and historians, they either do not know these facts or else they are the world's champion hypocrites. So start paying attention. Somebody is lying to you. You have to wake up. The Negroes will have to change gods like Jesus and Moses did. I know they do not believe this now, but they will. Most blacks of today are not a self-possessing, lifelike people at all. A mentally dead man is a fool. A spiritually dead man is one who is being led by the truths of other nations. Our thoughts and sayings are only their thoughts. Our words are but their words. Our lives are lived according to their truths. We enter hell or heaven at death by their guidance. English is not your proper language. French is not your proper language. Greek, German, Polish, Italian, Spanish, that is not your proper language. Know and understand what is yours. In order to become a lifelike people again, we will have to accept, I said, in order to become a lifelike people again, we will have to accept a God of our own and begin to reproduce and improve some of the achievements of our fathers and learn to live the real life again. Oh, my beloved sons and daughters of Ethiopia, you have not the knowledge of your supernatural sorcery enchantment. You are the servants of righteousness, but you understand it not. to attain and maintain control of the power of will and patience. Practice periods of concentration. We must learn to concentrate properly. We walking around here with our heads somewhere. But we must learn to think and concentrate properly. If you concentrate properly on a subject or whatever you're undertaking, then your reasoning will be sound and your work shall go well. Thought makes an impression upon both the thinker and the universal whole. And according to the strength of thought will be the result of the thought. If a man cannot manifest something in life of his own creation, then he is inert of thought of his own, and therefore is of no use to his race. The word Fahamme is a creative thought with a set of ideals peculiar to itself. As a people, we are behind every other nation of people because we never attempt to think for ourselves. We lack purpose and concentration. Here now, there is a God, oh, my beloved brothers and sisters, there is a God. Someone did make you. Never forget that. For the expression of humility, various modes have been made and adopted in the world. In some countries, many express humility by bowing. In other countries, men express humility by standing with the hands folded. In some countries, humility is expressed by kneeling, and in other countries, humility is expressed by prostration. So, brothers and sisters, so you African Americans, you Africans, be not too proud. There is a God. God the Creator, the originator alike of human and of Islam, has in view of the diversity of human nature and habit, combined these various modes of expressing humility in the Salat. Fahamme.
Thank you. Facebook family, we will see you in a couple of weeks with another presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. Fahamme, brother Andrew, sister Betty. Fahamme, thanks for watching. And